Hello, Stampin' Buddies. This is Lori from Lori's Little Bit of Craftin', and you guessed it, my guest stamper is here, Rylie. So we're going to make a card straight out of the catalog. We are going to case or copy and share everything from the September to December mini catalog for Stampin' Up. Shepherd's Care is a set we're going to use. And we are going to use some watercolor paper, some Azure Afternoon, and some water painters. All right, I think I said that already. But Rylie and I have not practiced, so we are going to do the best we can and kind of wing it from our supplies. So to start off with, we're going to take our card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. The bump or the mountain always goes in the middle, and then we burnish that edge with our bone folder. And the first thing we're going to do is, with some Azure Afternoon, we're going to stamp on some little snowflakes. So I am going to just put a few snowflakes around the edge of my card. We don't need...
Doesn't look like snowflakes.
Well,
but it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's just kind of abstract.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily realistic.
I'll put this away.
And I move my paper probably more than I move my stamp. Do you want me to clean that off, or I think we're good? Just don't squish it. Just tap, 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 right?
Okay.
And then I'm going to set this aside. You want to be near the edges of your paper so that it shows, because remember, this white piece is going to kind of go on here. Get in the corners. There you go. You might need a little bit more ink. And then, are you done? Or do you think you'll need more ink? Good? All right, we can get that out of the way. I'll wash that up later. And I'm just going to set the Azure Afternoon kind of out of the way. We now are going to work with our watercolor paper. And because we're doing watercolor, we need to make sure that our stamped images stay on the paper. So I don't want to use an ink that's going to be soluble by water. So we're going to use StazOn. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, and there's an extra cover on the StazOn so it stays wet.
Are we going to paint like certain colors, like the picture says?
Pretty much, yeah. Is that all right?
Yeah. I just make sure because I like painting with other colors.
Well, I know, but this is what I got ready, so we'll have to see.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead.
Yeah, that definitely looks realistic.
Does it look realistic?
Yeah,
really realistic?
Yeah.
Let's, hopefully I get a good image here. Beautiful.
Yep. You got it.
All right, so
okay.
Let's do yours. I'll just tap, tap, tap your ink on there. All right.
Thank you.
And then we're going to do, we're going to do our Holy City. Oh, beautiful, Rylie. Let's get that out of the way. We're going to do our Holy City. And I'm going to do that up a little higher. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to do that up a little bit higher on my page. Nice.
Yeah, because that's like Jesus with his lambs, and then that's the city.
Mm-hmm. And then, oh, I know, I forgot my little scraps that we'll need for our sentiment. So I'll get those in just a minute while Rylie is, we're going to do this in Wild Wheat because we're not going to paint that with any color.
Okay.
So do you want to stamp yours first? That's going to go above the Holy City right there. So that's your star. So you want to make sure that, yep, that part's down because the star led the way to the manger, right? Hopefully this will...
Okay, so I know from this magazine that the back of Jesus here, it's blue.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be painting in blue, but we'll just be leaving the lambs white or something because their lambs are white.
Okay, so here's how we're going to do our Azure Afternoon. And
so put a drop of water.
Yep, a couple drops of water.
And then put your brush in there and start painting.
And then while you're doing the blue, I think I'm going to do the wild wheat on the other side. We'll get a little bit of water in here as well. Sometimes you can just use a dish of water as well. So I'm going to just make these. Oh, it looks like I still had some blue. That's all right. It'll make it look a little grassy. So we're just going to color some of the ground here. My brush wasn't entirely clean from doing the Azure Afternoon, but I think it'll look good anyway. So then when you're cleaning out your brush, you can either dip it in water or you can just paint off until there's no color left. And I did not do that with the blue before, so that's my fault. Okay, and then
I need Azure.
And I'm just gonna dab a little bit on my Holy City to mute those colors a little bit. All right.
I'm gonna make it a little grassy.
You're gonna make it a little grassy?
Yeah, just like yours, but not too dark.
Mine got kind of dark, but that's fine. It'll work out.
So it's like green.
So I'm gonna use some blue here, and I'm just gonna.
And then I think I'm gonna do some.
And basically what I'm doing is I'm painting where the dark shadows are on the stamp that Stampin' Up! Has already put there for me.
So
you could also use your Stampin' Blend markers, the alcohol markers that we have. But I'm doing painting today because Rylie wanted to paint, so that's what we're doing.
So, Grandma, yours looks like a really pretty sunrise.
Oh, I like that, but maybe it's actually the star shining down on it.
Yeah. That too.
That too. So we'll just see how this turns out. I know the artists at Stampin' Up, when they do them for the catalogs, they are so talented and they make it look awesome. I'm not sure if mine will look quite as awesome, but we'll see. We'll do the best we can, and if we don't like it, then we just do it again. And I'm a big fan of the Stampin' Blend markers, because those alcohol markers, when they blend the colors, they just look so realistic. That looks a little messy, but then what I'm going to do is
I'm putting a sky.
Oh, I like that. Just remember, it's kind of nighttime. Did I bump your brush? I'm sorry.
Yeah, just a little bit, but I didn't mess up. I like yours.
Oh,
yours is really, really
I didn't really
nice.
follow the pictures either, because this should have been all light white with just the shading on there.
Well,
so mine's going to be blue.
Well, I only did this part, so I just left this part white.
Mine's not going to look nearly as good as the catalog, but it is what it is.
Yours is really better than the catalog. You don't even need to follow the catalog for the colors. You can do whatever color you want. You don't have to follow the catalog.
You're right.
But only for like the stamping part and the card part.
We'll just add some more water here. It'll look a little abstract. That's all right. I may end up redoing this, but you kind of get the idea. I should have just done his headpiece with the blue if I was following the colors in the catalog. But I'm trying to get these to meld a little bit more. This is where the alcohol markers would have really blended better on their own. So I'm just going to rinse out my brush a little bit here. And then with the lamb here, I'm just going to use my ink, or my water rather. We'll see if it'll mute any of those dots at all. It may not, because I use StazOn, so that's kind of the idea of StazOn. So we're all good. Not quite how I envisioned it, because it's really messy. And I don't have very much elbow room when I'm stamping with my buddy here. But it's all right. It's all good.
I'm not done painting yet.
That's okay. You keep working on it. So this is going to end up going there. And I think I'm going to end up redoing mine and try it again with the alcohol blends. But let me go get a couple of scraps for our sentiment, for our Peace on Earth. We get a couple of these for Peace on Earth, and I think we can probably use Memento for that.
I'll do like the dirt down here, like darker.
Beautiful.
Like you did.
Beautiful.
With the grass. Then I'll do lighter.
So I'm gonna do a little Peace on Earth here. Nice.
I might end up doing mine all over again like Grandma.
Okay, well, that way we can make more cards, right?
Yeah. Well, not the best at all.
And then I'm just gonna trim, with our trimmer, I'm just gonna trim down the sentiment there.
Jesus is shining the light down from the star to
Beautiful.
the village.
Beautiful. So here's our sentiment that's going to go on there, and I think I am just going to tear at a diagonal. It's going to give it a little bit of a rustic look, because I kind of like that. We'll tear a little bit more there. And this will go down here. So the catalog showed it a little canted to the side. I'm more of a symmetrical girl, so I'm not sure. Should we leave it canted like this, sideways, Riley, or should we do it straight?
I think we should do it
Canted
like,
sideways or straight?
Yeah, I think we should do canted sideways.
Okay, we'll do it canted sideways a little bit.
And you could do it straight or canted sideways.
I like all of the color on yours.
Thank
And
you.
then we need to decide if we're going to put any gems on here. The sample in the catalog does not show any gems, but it almost seems like we need some sparkle.
Yeah, we
And
really
how
do.
can we get sparkle, Riley?
Sparkly glitter?
Winkastella.
Oh yeah, Wink of Stella.
Let's do a little bit of Winkastella here.
Yeah, I guess I would wink it up. Get it? Wink it
Wink
up.
it up. You're funny. So we're going to put some Winkastella on our little star here. And I think we're going to put a little bit of Winkastella on some of the roofs here. And I think...
I'm done painting.
Okay.
So I'll be ready to use the Wink of Stella.
Okay. So let me get this out of the way. And
Are you almost done?
I am almost done.
I like the way. I like your thing because it's nice and sparkly. And on my words, I think I'm gonna do a little sparkle too.
On your words? Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right. So there's that.
Yours looks really sparkly. I like.
Well, that was kind of the idea. So I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on my Peace on Earth. And we could probably find like some
Can you put
twine.
Wink of Stella on the paint?
Yeah, you should be able to put on the paint.
I was just
On the
making-
other inks.
I was just making sure. So
Yep.
I didn't ruin it.
Yep. So I think I'm going to go get my tape runner because I didn't bring glue over here.
You could borrow mine.
Your head's under the camera there, girl.
Let's see.
I wasn't watching that. So I think what I'll do is,
I'll make the sky sparkly too.
and this is the Seal Plus. I have found that I have generally better luck with the Seal Plus. than I do with the regular seal because it's basically perforated. Nope, now that took off my paper because I did it too hard. There we go. But it's perforated.
Does wrinkle still have to dry?
Yeah, it has to dry if you put it on too heavy. So we're gonna do this canted a little bit because Rylie thought that would look good.
Well, Grandma, you could do whatever you want.
I know, because it's my card. That's what I always say in my workshops, right?
Yeah.
It's your card. Do whatever you want. So the
If
other
it's-
thing I'm going to do is, pardon my reach.
If it's your body, your choice, and if you want to do whatever you want with your stuff, you can. But just follow the instructions so
All right.
you don't break it.
All right, so I'm going to take the backings off of my dimensionals and put my sentiment on there. So I want my sentiment to be pretty straight. All right. You ready for your words?
Look at it. It is so much sparkle.
Yep, so we're gonna have to let yours dry a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
So here is, you're gonna do that on the brown piece.
Okay.
And let's get this out of the way.
Peace on earth.
And then, nice.
Perfect.
Yeah, nice.
Hold.
We're gonna trim yours down to size.
Okay. Then I do a little wing of
Do you wanna do the Wink of Stella first? Let me get that out of the way.
and some of the words. Done.
Okay. So we're gonna
I'll set this aside.
trim. Trim. And then what do you want to do with your edges? Do you want to rip them at a diagonal like mine, or do you
I
want to
think-
cut straight?
I think this is good.
Do you want it cut?
No, yeah.
Make up your mind. What do you want?
Yeah.
Trim it down a little bit?
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little. So we'll put that at the top. All right, there you go, Rylie.
Thank
We're
you.
probably not going to be able to put the adhesive on yours just because it's still kind of wet. Let's see. Oh, it's plenty dry. You can put yours all together. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, are we going to put glue on the back of your,
No, I think we should put tape like
the tape runner?
Yeah.
I'll do the tape runner though because it gets a
Okay.
little temperamental.
Yeah.
All right, so you can put some dimensionals on the back of your sentiment there. When it catches, usually I have my silicone mat handy. I'm struggling just a little bit here because I don't have my normal elbow room.
Because I'm right here.
Because you're right next to me. All right, so this needs to go on the front of your card first.
Okay.
I'll hold this for you.
Thank you.
So I'll hold that down.
Let me go do that.
Very nice.
Whoa. Okay, I think I'm gonna do mine like sideways. Like
Okay. And yours has all kinds of glimmer on it.
And yours doesn't, and that's okay.
It is okay.
Because ours look different, and that's okay. Your style is okay.
Yeah, it's all good. So there's our piece on earth from the Shepherd's Care set.
I'm gonna go show Papa.
And here's what we were shooting for.
Yeah.
Not too far off. So that's it for today. We are just under 20 minutes, so not too bad for just winging it and not really following what the picture showed. So happy stamping, everybody. Rylie's already out the door, so we'll catch you next time.